But Bruce wasn't born a dragon. He became one. Through pain obsession and an unrelenting pursuit of perfection, Bruce Lee transformed from an ordinary man into the greatest martial artist the world had ever seen. In this video we'll journey through the evolution of Bruce Lee, not just as a fighter but as a man who redefined what human potential could achieve. We'll uncover how he trained, what shaped his mind, and how he reached the absolute peak, the pinnacle of fighting perfection. The spark that ignited the dragon. Bruce Lee's story begins in the streets of Hong Kong, a chaotic city pulsing with energy, noise, and confrontation. Born in 1940, he was a restless child, always in motion, always fighting. Street fights weren't rare in those days, they were part of survival. Young Bruce found himself not only drawn to them but addicted to the rush. His father, Li Hoi Chen, was a famous opera performer, but Bruce didn't inherit that calm stage grace. He inherited the fire, the kind that refused to settle. When Bruce began training in Wing Chun under the legendary Ip Man, the transformation began. This was the seed, the first time Bruce understood that martial arts was more than violence, it was a path of mastery. Under Ip Man guidance, Bruce began to refine the wild energy that consumed him. Every movement became sharper. Every strike became faster. And yet what set Bruce apart wasn't just his technique, it was his hunger to understand why things worked. Even as a teenager, he wasn't satisfied with repetition. He questioned every stance, every block, every motion. That questioning nature would later fuel the birth of Jeet Kune Do, the art of the intercepting fist. Crossing oceans, breaking barriers. At 18, Bruce left Hong Kong for America, a journey that would shape not only his destiny but the global perception of martial arts itself. In America, Bruce faced something he hadn't expected: doubt. He was an outsider, an Asian man in a Western world that saw martial arts as strange and exaggerated. But rather than shrink under it, Bruce used that resistance as fuel. He began teaching martial arts to anyone willing to learn, students of all races and backgrounds. It wasn't long before word spread about the lightning-fast Chinese instructor who could hit you before you even saw the strike coming. But Bruce's classes were more than fighting, they were lessons in discipline, focus, and self-expression. When he famously said all types of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge, he wasn't just quoting philosophy. He was defining a new kind of martial arts, one that transcended tradition. To Bruce, fighting wasn't about memorizing moves. It was about becoming one with them. The moment you hesitated, you lost. The moment you overthought, you fell behind. The philosophy behind perfection. Bruce Lee's genius wasn't only in his physical abilities, it was in his mind. He absorbed knowledge like a sponge, reading everything from Taoist philosophy to Western psychology.